Hey there, just decided to do another one of these videos talking about some of my favourite films. I don't think I've done enough of them, like older films and stuff like that, and I've got lots to talk about in terms of movies, so I decided to talk about the 1986 film Cobra starring Sylvester Stallone. Cobra is a fantastic action film, a really good cop thriller. Sylvester Stallone is in fantastic form in this film, his best ass-kicking form that you could think of, like things like Rambo and stuff. He's absolutely brilliant in this. This is Sylvester Stallone's Dirty Harry. I don't deal with psychos, I put him away. It's funny how I mentioned Cobra being Sylvester Stallone's Dirty Harry. Sylvester Stallone's partner in this movie is played by Rennie Santoni, and if you don't know who Rennie Santoni is, he actually played Clint Eastwood's partner in the original Dirty Harry from 1971. And it's funny how Rennie Santoni played... I always thought it was funny how he played the partners of both those characters of Marion Cobretti and Harry Callahan? Harry Callahan, isn't it? Yeah. Can't believe I even doubted myself there. But yeah, I always thought it was funny how I always thought of Cobra as Sylvester Stallone's Dirty Harry, and Rennie Santoni played both characters, played the partners in these cases. It's funny, the original film Beverly Hills Cop that starred Eddie Murphy, Sylvester Stallone was actually looking over scripts for that film. He was going to be the original star of that film, but he wanted it to be less comedic and he wanted it to be more violent and sort of action-packed, and that kind of what became Cobra, and then Eddie Murphy ended up being in Beverly Hills Cop. What can I say about this film? It's really, honestly, I think the story is brilliant, and it's as much a suspense thriller as it is an action-packed cop film. The original running time was well over 2 hours, and there was a good 20-30 minutes of cuts to the film, and I've recently seen a lot of the deleted scenes, and as a fan of the movie, like something that you know so well, it's great to see deleted scenes that you've never seen before. And if they added them all together, I think this film would be even more epic than it is now. But a lot of the scenes were like really violent and quite horrific and a lot more gore, and I think it would have added a lot more body to this film, because I think if you're looking at it critically, there's some little sort of plot holes or continuity errors that if you're looking for it, you could really spot it. And a lot of these deleted scenes, you can actually find it on YouTube somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, there's a video on YouTube here from Jack Craven. Cobra 1986, deleted scenes, info, pictures and clips. And there's 21 minutes there of information, images and videos, and thanks to Jack Craven for that, because I'd never seen a lot of these. There's a couple of them I'd seen in trailers and stuff like that, but I'd never watched them before, and there was like some TV versions in the US shows some of these scenes and stuff, and I always find it really fascinating seeing scenes that you've never seen before in a movie that you love. And I always thought it had a lot of great qualities in terms of like horror and suspense in this film. There's some of the great sequences when you see the night slasher played by Brian Thompson, who's a great bad guy. He's walking through the hospital and his knife's got blood on it, and it's just, I think it's fantastic. And then when he's smashing down, it's almost like The Shining with Jack Nicholson. He's smashing the door with the knife and Bridget Nielsen's screaming behind the door. And yeah, and it's directed by, George P. Cosmatos, who did Rambo Part 2 and Leviathan and Tombstone. Tombstone, that was a great film too, and Leviathan, I thought that was a fun science fiction film too. And it was still a success, but it wasn't a massive box office success compared to Rockies and Rambos, and they were trying to compete with Top Gun at the time, and also with Rambo 2, and Rocky 4 the year before, it did nothing the same as the box office. But I think this slips under the radar in terms of action movies, and Sylvester Stallone kicks serious ass in this film, and I think it's brilliant. People should check it out as well. And there's some great quotes in the film. What does he say in one of the fight scenes? "This is where the law stops. and I start. Fucker. And the music, I always loved the music in this film. There was a couple of great montages, and I love the music montages in 80s films and stuff, and some great music in it, and great suspense music. And what made me want to talk about this film as well, I always wanted to tell people about what my favourite films are, and I love to talk about them. And it was a guy I've met online, became familiar online with. It's a guy called Matt, and his YouTube channel's Ramble Raff. What's his name? Ramble Raff for Life? Yeah, Ramble Raff for Life. And Matt regularly mentions Cobra as one of his favourite films, and he's got a really cool framed poster in the background in his room when he does his videos. And I've been meaning to talk about Cobra for a long time, down to Matt mentioning it, and it made me want to talk about it. And I hope you're watching, Matt, and I hope you enjoy myself talking about Cobra here. Yeah, anyway, I'd love a full uncut version of this if it came out on Blu-ray. A full uncut version with these added scenes. I think that would be great. Or at least have on the extras all the deleted scenes and stuff. But yeah, I think there was grounds for a sequel to this film. Oh, if you've never seen Cobra, look at that artwork. It's fucking great, isn't it? If you've never seen Cobra, check it out. I always remember I never had Cobra on a proper VHS, and then eventually got it on DVD. For years I had it on a recorded video, and I think it was Commando Arnold Schwarzenegger first, Commando and Cobra, one after the other, two of the biggest kicking ass movies you'll ever watched. I don't know how many deaths are in this movie from Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, but there's a lot. And I think I was living in Berlin. It was just before I turned 7. I think I was about 6 years old, and I had Commando and Cobra on the same VHS. And if I watched one of them, I had to watch the other, and I watched them back to back a lot. And that's a 6-7-year-old watching these films. But you can't beat them. And I love talking about movies, and Cobra, Sylvester Stallone, one of his best. Anyways, I'll talk about another movie very soon, and if you'd like me to talk about any other films that you like or you'd like me to check out, please let me know. I'd love to give my thoughts on them. Okay? Speak soon. Bye.